Hi guys, so I'm here with my September reading wrap up. I read 9 books in September, which I was really happy with. So just get on with the wrap up. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit nasally. I'm actually coming down with a cold. I'm sure you'll hear everybody saying that at the moment. I can't believe 3 days into October and I'm already feeling like I'm going to come down with a cold. I've held off all week, so I'm probably going to be sick over the weekend, which is just wonderful. But here's everything that I read in September. The first book that I read was Anne of Avonlea by Ellen Montgomery, which is the second book in the Anne of Green Gables series. I really enjoyed this. I love Anne. I just think she's one of the greatest characters. It was so lovely to read, and I highly recommend Anne of Green Gables to anyone that hasn't read it. I enjoyed this not quite as much as Anne of Green Gables, but I still gave it 4 out of 5 and I still really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was on my Kindle, so I have like a printout of the cover to show you. It's only in black and white because I printed it off at work on our huge machine. But I read Filthy Beautiful Lies by Kendall Ryan, and that's what the cover looks like. Very it's not even suggestive, it just puts it all out there really, doesn't it? It's kind of an erotic novel. I love Kendall Ryan. I've read other books by her. I read Hard to Love and Resisting Her. Really, really liked both of them. This one though wasn't sort of the other two are sort of standalone novels. This is sort of like 2 books. It was good, but it was just really, really short. I feel like that the 2 books could just have been 1 book, but it was really good. I mean, the cover makes it look a lot more sort of sexed up than it is. There is sex in it. There is like mature content, but I don't think it needed to have quite this cover. I wish it had similar covers to her other books. But I still really enjoyed it, and it was a really, really quick read. I read it in like a day and I gave it 4 out of 5. I really, really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. A lot of hype about this book. When it was released, it was everywhere, and I do mean like everywhere. And I know that Colleen's a really, really popular new adult author. Now, if you follow my channel, if you follow my blog, if you follow my Goodreads, you'll see that I love my new adult books. So, knowing how popular this author was, I was like, I really should read her. And I enjoyed this, but I don't know if the book just wasn't that good or if the overhype sort of killed it for me. I'm not sure. I did like it overall, but the protagonist, Tate, I thought she was a bit of a doormat, and sort of her thought processes, how she lets, what's his name? I can't even remember his name. Miles, how she let him treat her. I was just like, really? Like, I didn't have very much respect for her. Which obviously made it a little bit difficult. Her chapters are sort of told in the present, and then Miles's chapters are told like in his past, like what was it, about 7 years before. But the only thing I didn't like about was it's like overly poetic and trying to be really deep and meaningful, and it just came across as quite silly in some places. I can't find a good example, but it was okay. I still gave it 3 out of 5, but it just wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be. I've read better novels, really, which is a shame. Yeah, I'm definitely coming down with a cold. Okay, the next 3 books that I read are all by Nora Roberts, and they're all part of the same series. So I have The Return of Rafe McCade, which is the first book. Then I have The Pride of Jared McCade, which is the second. And the third one, which is The Heart of Devon McCade. And I enjoyed all three. There's only one book left in the series to read, and I'm looking forward to reading that. I'll probably read that this month. They were all really good. Just kind of typical well, not really contemporary. These must have been written a little while ago now. These are like sort of the reissued covers. Let's see if I can find. These were like, they were brought out in 1995. So as you can imagine, they're a little dated. You can't exactly call them contemporary now, but just sort of like semi-realistic romance reads, and I enjoyed them. My favourite would probably be the third one. I read that in like a day. I just seemed to really speed through it, and it's still got a bookmark in it. I really, really enjoyed it, and I gave them all 3.5 out of 5. But really enjoyed those. Not my favourite of her series, but I still really enjoyed them. I just really wanted, like, I just craved, like, not Regency, like, contemporary romance this month. That's all I really wanted to read. And I really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was The Rain by Virginia Bergen. This was the buddy read choice for myself and Ryan from Ryan Reads Books and Lee from Books Know Best. And this cover is just so beautiful. I love this cover. And I just really love the premise of it. But I did not enjoy this book at all. My review has gone up, as has Ryan's and Lee's. It's already up on my channel. If you'd like, I will leave it in the description box below. Or you should be able to find it in, like, my feed, because it was the last video that I put up, the one before this one. The premise to this was so good. Like a killer disease in the rain. Just one drop of it will kill you. The premise of it was just so great. How it was, you know, thought out. Everything was great, apart from the protagonist, who was the most annoying character I think I've ever read. I didn't like her. She completely killed the entire thing for me, and I only gave it 2 out of 5. Really disappointed by that one this month. And the next book that I read was another new adult contemporary, and it was an advanced copy from NetGalley, but I think it's out now, and that's Stay With Me by Jaylyn. This cover, the actual cover, is like yellow. It's really, really nice. It's the third book in her Wait For You series. I love Jaylyn. She is Jennifer L. Armentrout. I just absolutely love her book. She, like, can do no wrong. Well, has done no wrong yet, in my eyes. Really, really enjoy her books. This was really, really, really good. It's about a young girl. I can't speak, guys. I'm so sorry. A young girl called Calla. She goes, basically, she's filling out forms for her next year at college, and basically her check bounced, and she finds out that her mother, her sort of drug-riddled mother, has drained her account, so she has to go home and try and get her money back so she can carry on going to school. She gets to the bar that her mum owns, and her mum's not there, but this, like, a hot guy is, and she meets him, and then she realises that her mum's in some sort of trouble, and that it could actually, something bad could happen to Calla, and it was just really, really good. I can't decide. It wasn't my favourite in her series. I think my favourite is still the first one. But I absolutely love this, and I can't wait for the physical copy to come out in, I think, December, so I can put it with my others. But I love this cover. Even in black and white, I really like this cover, but it's really, really beautiful in yellow. I couldn't show you the pictures on my iPad because I'm recording on my iPad, so that was the next best thing. And then the last book that I read in September was an advanced reader's copy, and that was Echoes of Scotland Street by Samantha Young. That might be a bit glary. Let's take that off. It's still a bit glary. That helped not one bit. There we go. I wasn't sure that I was going to like this because I read Fall from India Place a couple of months ago, and I had a fair lot of issues with that. Just didn't like it all that much. But this one, I enjoyed it a lot more. I was sent it and I was asked if I could put a review up, or aim to get a review up by like the 7th of October. So like it was getting closer and closer, and I was thinking, if I really don't like it and it takes me a really long time to read, I really should start this book so I've got the time to sort of drag myself through it. And I actually read it very quickly, and I enjoyed this one much more than Fall from India Place. I don't know why I liked this one more. I don't know. Shannon, the protagonist, she was a little bit annoying as well, but not as much as the protagonist from the other book. And it was just a really sort of sweet, sexy, adult romance read. It doesn't set my world on fire. It just doesn't. I don't read it and go, I love it. I read it and I go, no, that was pretty good. It was okay. Does it make me want to go back and read like the first 3 books in the series? Not particularly, but it was a pretty good read, and I really liked the main guy in it called Cole. He I really liked. So I gave it like 3.5 out of 5. I'm much more, I can't speak. I enjoyed it way more than I enjoyed the previous one, and my blog review of this should be going up on the 7th of October. So that's everything I read in September. I feel pretty rubbish right now. I've definitely got a cold coming on, which is just absolutely fantastic. I'm sorry that you've had to put up with me sniffling, but I really wanted to get this video recorded in case I get any sicker and then I am unable to record. So that's everything. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. If any of these books appeal to you, don't appeal to you, also let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys soon, hopefully. Happy reading.